Minnesota HC doesn't sugarcoat locker room failure amid addressing Angel Reese and company. The Minnesota Lynx looked unusually ordinary for a team with title aspirations. In a game that stunned many, the Chicago Sky delivered an 87-81 upset, handing Minnesota its first road loss in recent memory. Wintrust Arena was electric, with the crowd feeding off a Sky team that finally showed what it's capable of when everything clicks. This was a statement. For Chicago, it marked a turning point. For Minnesota, it was a reality check. Once seen as nearly untouchable at the top, Cheryl Reeves' Lynx suddenly looked vulnerable. It was the youth of the Sky that primarily troubled the Lynx. The youth and energy of Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso put up double-doubles to completely outmuscle the Lynx in the paint. The outside was no respite as well, with Ariel Atkins in full flow along with Rachel Benham. The intensity of the Sky was just at another level, something the Lynx couldn't cope with. Coach Cheryl Reeve had some harsh words for her squad and singled out their lack of effort after the game. Cheryl Reeve told the media they had a will to win. They came out to compete in a basketball game. I don't know if you've talked to the players yet, but I'm not sure that if you ask them the same thing, they would be able to say the same. So, we cannot show up. Cannot come out ready to keep them ready to compete. It just can't happen. It's disappointing that it did that you just show up for a game, not understand how hard it is to win possessions in this league. So, we didn't bring it in the first half. The first half was a complete blowout. The Chicago Sky came out like they were the team at the top of the standings. Angel Reese took the game in her own hands, scoring 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in the first quarter itself, and was on the early triple-double watch because of those numbers. Facing MVP favorite Napheesa Collier, she treated her like little sister, according to some of the fans. Lynx did not have a clear-cut plan against the Chi-Town Barbie. Collier and company were still waking up from their slumber when the Sky were up by 6. While Collier did finish with 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, she at times struggled to contain Reese in that first half. After feeling that the referees denied her a win against Minnesota last week, Reese came into this game determined to respond, and she did just that. The Sky were up by 13 points at the half, and it looked like their fuel had run out. The cracks were becoming obvious, and there seemed no way back. But Minnesota showed its championship mettle and staged a comeback in the third quarter, winning 23-16. Lynx were always pushing in the fourth quarter, but Sky let go of the ghosts of their past and held on to the lead this time. The Sky had one strategy: crash the boards as hard as possible, and they did not let Lynx sniff of any advantage as the area around the rim seemed to be reserved for Chicago. Reeve further underscored that their ability to get balls off the glass was hampered by the lack of effort. Cheryl Reeve said, "There are effort areas. Rebounding is an effort area. Get your kick by 17. So, my math is correct. Okay. And 28 second chance points. That's hard to do. That's really hard to do. I'd be surprised if that's not historic in some way. It's really hard to do. That's an effort area. And we did nothing to sort of impose our will. Really at either end. Yes, Reeve, that is the highest number of second chance points any team has recorded this season. The Sky matched their own record, set earlier in a 97-86 win over the Sparks. But effort does not happen in isolation, and Minnesota's brutal schedule played a role. This was their third game in 4 nights, their 9th in 16 days, and their third consecutive early afternoon road game. Cheryl Reeve and her players are not using fatigue as an excuse, but it is impossible to ignore its impact. Perimeter shots are coming up short. Their energy on the glass is fading. The legs simply are not there. Now the schedule will continue to test them as they have a rematch against Sky after just a day's rest, so Reeve will have to find a way to win despite the schedule. Both teams have identical heights, but Cardoso's 6 feet 7 inches along with Reese's ability to just dominate even against taller players gives them the edge. Lynx make roster move after shock loss. This was a surprise loss for the Lynx in more ways than one. Not only were they outplayed, they were dominated on the boards 45-28, a staggering margin in one of the most critical areas of the game. That is not just a loss. It is a physical beatdown. In the aftermath, the Lynx made a corresponding roster move, waiving a top 10 pick from the 2024 WNBA draft. It is a decision that could quietly echo as Angel Reese's revenge, depending on how you frame it. The Minnesota Lynx have waived second-year forward Alyssa Pillai, who was